What's up, guys? I'm not going to be doing a reaction video today. I'm just going to do a little chit chat and sit down and talk to you guys about some things that have been on my mind lately. One of which, the biggest thing, has really been that for a few years now, I've really felt like something happened one night while I was asleep and I was like picked up and dropped off in some sort of hellscape dimension where everything is about what you can give to others, and it's about what you can produce, and it's about how hard you can work. And if you can't do any of that, you're worthless and you need to get out of our way. And honestly, you should just be put down because you're not producing for the machine. It's like we're all cogs in a machine in this life here in the United States. And it didn't feel that way when I was growing up. When I was growing up, there was promise. There was promise for a prosperous future and a family and to own a home and, the American dream, the white picket fence, like all that, I guess, propaganda was fed to us that, we go to school, work hard, get a good job, pay off your loan, have a family, blah, 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 all follow along on the assembly line. And life is just not at all what I was told it was going to be. And people are not at all what I was told they were. I was taught the golden rule: treat others how you would want to be treated. Be kind to everyone. Be nice. And, throughout my life, I've experienced that when you're nice to people and kind to people, they will use and abuse you and walk all over you like you're a doormat. They will not respect you. They will not like you. In fact, they'll hate you. And I guess over the years, I've kind of realized, like, I need to treat people how they treat me, or I'm just not going to make it. I'm going to just be used up. And we're just living in this weird timeline where absolutely everyone and everywhere you go, people are trying to use you and get something from you. And even friendships, it's not about having friendships anymore. That person is your friend because they want validation for something within themselves. It's like, how do I describe this? Like, if you've ever seen really pretty girls with a friend that's not as pretty and not as skinny or whatever, it's like she's friends with her because it makes her feel better about herself, kind of a situation. It feels like that with everyone now. It feels like everyone is trying to use me and trying to, they're sticking their hands out. Where's your money? Can I have more money? Can you give me some money for this? Can you give me some money for that? And do you want a subscription service here? Everything is a subscription service. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And I'm only 29 years old. I am not married yet. I do not have children yet. I would love to have children and I want to get married. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm terrified for those things to happen to me because everybody I know that has those things, like, their heads are barely above water. They can barely get by. Like, it's so exhausting to have to maintain, all of these responsibilities. And it just didn't used to be this way, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm anti-responsibility. It's just, we're only one people. Like, why is there so many expectations on everyone? Why are we expected to maintain and pay 800 bills a month? Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. It's just, to me, it feels like, as someone in the United States of America that pays taxes and works hard, it feels like I'm being harvested for someone else. It feels like my hard work, it feels like everything I do and I put out into the world is being taken and given to other people, just random people that I don't even know, that I do not care about. They are reaping the benefits of what the seeds that I'm sowing in my own life. And I don't know when we got to this place where everybody expects something from you and everybody expects to be able to take from you. But somehow we're here. And, social media has absolutely destroyed humanity. Like, I really believe that technology has evolved way past human evolution. And humans, we're in this weird like Jurassic World situation. If you've seen that movie or you haven't seen that movie, basically they made this giant park of like prehistoric dinosaurs, and in the end they couldn't maintain them, and they couldn't keep up with it all, and the dinosaurs like took over and they all broke out and they had to leave the island and abandon it completely. And we're like in that situation right now with AI and with technology. We are just blindly allowing this stuff to take over every aspect of our lives. And a lot of people are just going along with it, and they think you're completely crazy to have any sense of, wanting to just like slow it down, any bit of like survival instinct about it. A lot of people are like, whoa, there's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine. Like, why don't you want AI? Come on. Like, it's going to make life easier. And then the rest of us are like, whoa, but like, haven't you seen Black Mirror? Like, don't we know where this is going? Like, we're not ready for this. We can't do this right now. Like, this is not the time to be doing all this. And it's just a weird time to be alive. It's a weird time to be, I'm trying to build a business. I feel like, what am I even doing? Like, why am I even trying? I'm just going to be replaced by a robot. I'm literally going to be replaced by a house robot in like 2 weeks. Like, I just, everything, I feel like as a young adult who has been trying for years to just like find my way, it feels like everything that I've tried to do, what's happening. It feels like a tree's about to fall on my house. I really hope that's not going to happen. But anyway, I forget where I was. Basically, everything just feels so dystopian, and it's like we can all see where it's going. Of course we have anxiety out the ass. Of course people need to take a Xanax to get out, to leave their house. Because everywhere you go, it feels like something really heavy is in the air, and like something is about to happen, and we all feel it and we all know it, but we don't know what to do. And it's like, we're just out of control. And things have gotten so out of control. Like, scams are out of control. Everywhere you go, somebody's trying to take your money from you. From poor people who don't even have money. From people who barely can pay their bills. Somebody's waiting behind the door to steal from you. And it's just exhausting. I don't believe that life has always been this complicated. And it's weird, like, technology was supposed to make life simpler, but it's actually made life so much more complicated and stressful and unbearable for a lot of people, for most people. And I think we all know that, history and the things that we've been taught and told, a lot of it's been lies, if not all of it. We've been seriously lied to, and we've been led down this path. And we're like here now in this really bad situation. And the way that people treat each other and behave is only getting worse. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've said this before, but I truly feel like I live in a gigantic open air asylum. And there are just people running around everywhere you go, who genuinely should not be around the general population. Like, people who are violent, people who are, they will just pop off at any second. So many people just completely losing their shit everywhere you go. And I think that's probably why I feel the need to be on guard everywhere I go, because it feels that way. Leave a comment down below, like, do you guys feel this way? I find myself wanting to avoid people at all costs. And I know that is not healthy for me. Like, I am an introvert, and I certainly love my time alone, and I find it very restorative for me. But I also have sense enough to know that I need community and I need people. But I find myself not wanting anything to do with them, because it's too exhausting to try to figure out who's your enemy and who's not, and who really cares to know you and be in your life, and who's just using you. It just, even, when you go to get your oil changed in your car, I literally don't trust that they're doing what they say they're doing. I feel like I take my car to the shop and I feel like they're just messing around with my car so that I have to come back and they can get more money. And it feels the same way when you go to the doctor. It feels like they're just trying to prescribe something to cover up or help, temporarily, but it's going to cause another issue, so I'll have to come back in 6 months. And everything feels like it's set up this way. You go to purchase a vehicle. It's like they're made of like little tiny Chinese Legos now. I don't know what's going on with car parts and vehicles, but that's a whole other video, okay? It's the same, but it's the same thing like with the refrigerator. You used to get a refrigerator in 1950 and that shit would last you 80 years. You get one now and it breaks in 6 months before you even pay it off. And it's just, everything has become this way. And it's just so frustrating and it's so exhausting, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. I find myself genuinely fantasizing about going and joining an Amish community and completely blowing my phone up, literally lighting it on fire, smashing it with a hammer, destroying my computer, destroying my TV, and just, I feel like it would be so peaceful and life would be so much more peaceful if these things didn't exist. It's like technology exists as a means to make the rich way richer and wealthier. And it's really just opened the floodgates for propaganda and advertisements. Oh my goodness. I cannot express to you the anger I feel when I'm getting flashed an advertisement every 2 seconds, when I'm trying to listen to something educational. I'm trying to build my brain. I'm trying to learn. And you guys are just interrupting me every 10 minutes with ads. And if I don't want that, I have to pay you for it. And it's just like, what? Why are we doing this? Like, why are we allowing this to be this way? Our ancestors started a revolution over a 2% T tax. And we're damn near 50% tax at this point in this country. I know I'm young and I have a lot of life to live and things will change as, life will change as I grow older, but it just, let me know down below, like, when you were my age, if you're watching this and you're older, like, did life feel this way? Did it feel like, you're just on a treadmill and you can never get off because every time you try to, the bar's raised a little bit higher and the carrots dangled a little bit further in front of you, and you just can never quite reach the end goal. You never quite reach, a reasonable place. It's just, we constantly have to keep going and progressing and making more and creating more. Like, even with this YouTube thing, like, I love this. This is really fun and cathartic for me to make these videos for you guys. But I'll be honest, I am feeling the pressure of like having to post every day and twice a day, like in order to even keep up with an algorithm. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm just one girl. I'm just one person. I'm trying to do other stuff too with my life, and not to mention, spend time with my family and my pets and take care of my own life and my boyfriend. And like, it's just, maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. And I need to toughen up and I need to accept that life is going to be this way. And it's just going to be endless responsibilities and more bills piling on top of more bills. But I can't help but feel like this is not the way humans were meant to live. And I can't help but feel like people are becoming rotten and vile and just like people are becoming an entirely different species now. And I just don't even want to live to see where this goes. Like, I don't want to see people merge with computers, and I feel like I'm living through that right now. And it's really dystopian, and I feel alone in my thoughts a lot of the time because I try to talk to people around me in my everyday life and they just kind of look at me like, you can tell they're just in a daze. Everybody's just trying to put their head down and get through everything. Or they're just straight up mean and they just straight up treat you like they hate you for no reason. And it's like, I didn't even do anything. I don't even know why you hate me. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. But people are just so hostile now and volatile and untrustworthy. And for those of us who want to live in a world where you can trust people, where I can leave my door unlocked at nighttime, or I can, you know what I mean? I can forget the keys in the car to run in the store and not worry about somebody trying to take my shit everywhere I go. It's like, for us, we just can't live in that world anymore or something. And I don't get it, because when I was growing up, that was the world we lived in. life was just simpler. People were kinder. There was common courtesy. People would hold the door for you and smile at you. And my parents would take me to, you know, chorus choir practice, and they would sing Christmas carols with their friends on Christmas, and they still do that, thank God. But they're the only people I know that do that, you know. It used to be that people had community, and there were places where we could all connect and be together, and now everything's been stripped away from us, and this is what we have to connect with, this screen here. And, you know, even on this, people, I'm sure to you watching, I'm not even a person probably. Like, I'm just somebody on a screen to you. Like, you know, I don't even blame people who are rude in the comments ever, you know. I don't blame you. I mean, it's weird. There's this weird dissonance with the screens and the computers and everything. I don't know, guys. I've rambled on for quite a bit here. So if you watch the whole video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. You know, do you guys agree? Do you feel the same way? Do you think I'm just going through a weird thing and, you know, life will get better? I don't know. And it's not that life sucks. It's not that. It's just, I feel like I'm literally watching the collapse of civilization happen right before my eyes. And there's nothing I can do about it except comment on it and talk to a screen about it because there's literally nothing I can do. I don't know. That's how I feel. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope that, you know, you have electricity on, unlike me. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Have a good one, guys. Bye.